Hello and welcome to Akshu's Kitchen. Today we'll see how to prepare chicken dosai, for which we will need the following ingredients to prepare stuffing for approximately 4 dosais. 250 grams of chicken mince or minced chicken, 12 to 15 small onions, that is shallot onions, 1 small piece of ginger, 2 large cloves of garlic and some fresh coriander leaves, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 and a quarter teaspoon of coriander powder, quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder, 3/4 teaspoon of salt and 3/4 teaspoon of curry masala powder. The recipe you can find in Akshu's Kitchen channel on YouTube, and 1 teaspoon of whole cumin seeds, that is jeera. First, in a pan I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of oil, and when it is hot add the 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, and when it starts sputtering add the shallot onions which I have cut into small pieces and saute it for about 2 to 3 minutes in medium flame, and the onion gets sauteed well and forms a golden color. And once you get that stage, I'm going to add the ginger and garlic which I've crushed into a fine paste, and again saute it for a minute until it loses the raw flavor, and then I'm going to add the spice powders: chili powder, coriander powder, salt, turmeric powder, curry masala powder. Give it a good mix, and immediately I'm going to add the chicken mince. Make sure you do not burn the spices, and I'm going to decrease the flame to low until the mince is completely mixed with the onion. And once you obtain this consistency, switch it back to the high flame, and I'm going to add about 3/4 cup of water to this and mix it well thoroughly, making sure no lumps are formed. If you mix the raw chicken mince in high flame, it will get lumps easily. That's the reason I lowered the flame. So again, give it a good mix so that there is no lumps and it is spread evenly, and then I'm going to close this with the lid and cook in medium flame for about 3 to 5 minutes, because it will take very little time than the normal chicken since it's minced well. Now you can see the moisture is all reduced well. Now add about 1.5 tablespoon of yogurt. This I have not mentioned in the ingredients list. This gives the soreness as well as the consistency to the masala. Previously, before adding the yogurt, it all seemed to be very separate. The mince looked separate. If you add the yogurt, it gives a good creamy consistency to the masala, as well as it looks like a well blended masala. So that's the reason for adding yogurt. If you don't want yogurt, you can skip it and add tomatoes instead in the beginning along with the onions. Now you can see the difference in the texture of the masala before adding the yogurt and after adding the yogurt. Allow it to simmer for another 1 or 2 minutes in open flame without a lid, and finally throw in the coriander leaves, give it a final mix, and the stuffing is ready for the chicken dosa. Allow it to cool down a little bit before serving them, but if you don't have time you can serve it right away, but it's good to allow it to cool down to a little warm temperature and then serve. Next, for the dosa, add a ladle of dosa batter in a hot dosa tawa and spread it evenly. Do not prepare a very thin dosa. You'll need a little bit of thickness because it has to hold the weight of the stuffing. So make sure you do not make a very thin dosa. You can find the recipe for preparing the dosa batter in Akshu's Kitchen channel on YouTube. Next, I am going to beat a egg well until it is frothy, and then I'm going to add it to the dosa. If you don't want to add one full egg, you can add about half of the egg, or beat 2 eggs together and add it to 3 dosa, like that. But today I'm using 1 egg completely, and flip the tawa well so that the eggs get spread evenly all over the dosa. And now I'm going to sprinkle little bit of black pepper powder on top of it. Again, these are all optional, you can skip it if you don't want to. And also add about half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of oil over it. Any oil you use for everyday cooking, the extra virgin olive oil or the canola oil, vegetable oil, refined sunflower oil, anything of your choice that you use for normal cooking, and allow it to cook for about a minute until the base is completely cooked. And then using a spatula, carefully flip it to the other side and let it cook on the other side as well for about a minute or two, and check it before you take it back to the normal position. If it is done, you can flip it back to the normal position, put it back on the tawa, and I'm going to place about 2 tablespoons of the prepared chicken stuffing on one side of the dosa and fold it from the other side, and chicken dosa is ready. If you feel this to be too heavy and if you don't want the egg, you can skip it and add just the masala, but this is the way it is traditionally served in the restaurants. Chicken dosa is ready. You can serve it as such or with any sides of your choice. Try it and you'll really like it. Thank you for watching Akshu's Kitchen.